In this video, we'll talk about adjectives. Any word that describes something is basically an adjective. Let me give you some examples. Here you have a whole bunch of examples. Truthful Muslim, pious man, large mosque, small book, trustworthy servant. Now, if you notice in each of these phrases, one word is describing the other. For example, in the first sentence, truthful is describing Muslim. So truthful is the adjective. Pious describes man. Large is describing mosque. Small is describing book. And trustworthy is describing servant. Phrases of these patterns are called موصوف صفة in Arabic. موصوف means the thing being described. صفة means the thing which is describing something, basically the adjective. Now, if you do want to convert a sentence that involves موصوف صفة or a phrase which incorporates an adjective, you just need to follow 3 simple steps. It's very easy. Number 1, translate the words into Arabic. Number 2, reverse the sequence. Bring the first word second and the second word first. And number 3, give both of the words the same exact haraka. Haraka means dhamma, fatha, or kasra depending on the situation. Obviously, by default, you're going to give both of them dhammas, but if they are a maf'ul, for example, which requires a fatha, then you're going to give both of them a fatha. If it requires a kasra, for example, it's coming after harf jar, ila or an or hatta or fi, then both of the words, mawsuf sifat, both of them are going to get jar. Both of them are going to get kasra. Let's take the first example and translate it into Arabic. So we have truthful Muslim. First thing you do, translate the words. Truthful is sadiqun, Muslim is muslimun. Second thing you do is reverse the sequence. So sadiqun muslimun becomes muslimun sadiqun. And lastly, give both of them dhammatain. Muslimun sadiqun. Again, truthful is sadiqun. Muslim is muslimun. So we translated the words. That's the first thing. Second thing we do is reverse the sequence. So we bring sadiqun later and muslimun first. And finally, last thing we do is give them both dhammatain. Muslimun and sadiqun. So muslimun sadiqun means truthful Muslim. Let's take another word. Pious man. Pious in Arabic is salihun. Man in Arabic is rajulun. That's the first thing we translated the word. Second thing we do is reverse the sequence. So salihun comes later. And last thing we do is give them both dhammas. Rajulun, salihun. They both get the same exact haraka. Now, before we go on, I want to tell you something in general. This is not really related to the lesson, but it's important to know because we're going to be using these terms further on. Keep in mind that each noun is always in a certain state. There are 3 states in total for nouns. Rafa, nasab, and jar. Rafa, nasab, and jar. The first one is rafa. Rafa is the state when a noun has 2 dhammas. A noun which has 2 dhammas or 1 dhamma is called marfu'. Also, to correct myself on that one, I don't mean 2 dhammas. Whether it's 1 dhamma or 2 dhammas, it's called rafa. So rafa is a state of having dhamma, whether it's 1 dhamma or 2 dhammas. If any noun has dhamma, meaning it's in the state of rafa, it's known as marfu'. Next we go on to nasab. Nasab is a state of having a fatha or 2 fathas, having fatha in general. Any noun which has fatha, whether it's 1 fatha or 2 fathas, is called mansoob. Last we go on to the third one, which is jar. Jar is the state of having kasra, and any noun that has a kasra is going to be known as majroor. So these are the 3 states for nouns. Now there's a 4th state which is exclusive to verbs, af'al. It's called jazm. Jazm is a state when Either a sukoon appears at the end of the verb, or its substitute, such as the noon, which comes at the end of a few of the fi'l mudari' like taf'alani, is dropped from the end. So jazm means two things. Either a sukoon appears at the end of the verb, or its substitute, meaning a noon, is dropped from the end. A word that has jazm is called majzoom. So now that you know the four states, rafa, nasab, and jar, which are exclusive to nouns, and then we have the fourth one, jazm, which is exclusive to verbs. Now that you know these four states, it's time to move on. And there are four things you need to keep in mind when it comes with sifat and موصوف, or anything that has to do with a موصوف صفة phrase. The first thing you need to know is that both of the sifat and the موصوف have to be in the same state. Meaning if one is marfu', then the other has to be marfu'. If one is mansub, the other has to be mansub. If another one is majroor, then the other one has to be majroor. For example, if you have rajulun and it is marfu' and you want to bring salih, you can't bring rajulun salihan. It has to be rajulun salihun. Both of them have to be majroor. If it was mansub, both of them have to be mansub. Rajulan salihan. And similarly, if it was majroor, then both of them have to be majroor. Rajulin salihin. The second thing you need to know is that both the sifat and the mawsuf should either be ma'rifa or nakira, meaning either both of them are ma'rifa or both of them are nakira. Ma'rifa means definite. For example, a proper noun. A proper noun means any specific name of a person or place. And nakira means indefinite. Also, ma'rifa is anything that has the or alif lam. So for example, if you were to change rajulun salihun and you were to change one of the words to ar-rajulu, then the second word salihun would automatically change to as-salihu, ar-rajulu as-salihu. The third thing you need to know is that the gender of the sifat and mawsuf have to be the same. So if the mawsuf is feminine, the sifat has to be feminine. And we told you in the first lesson that in order to change a word to its feminine form, just add a round ta at the end of the word. For example, if you want to say a pious teacher, ustadatun salihatun, the pious teacher. Or if you want to add an alif lam and make it proper or definite, you add al-ustadatu salihatu. That's the third thing. The fourth thing you need to know is that if the mawsuf is a proper noun, it will not accept alif lam. Proper nouns never get alif lam. The reason they don't get alif lam is because they don't need alif lam. Alif lam is there to make something specific. When you have a proper noun, it's the name of a specific place or person. It's already specific. You don't need to add an alif lam to make it more specific. Also remember that in case of a mawsuf sifat, if the mawsuf has an alif lam, the sifat has to have an alif lam. And it may happen that the mawsuf is a proper noun. For example, Hamid, Khalid, Mahmud, or the name of a place. In that case, obviously the mawsuf is not going to get alif lam because it's already specific, it's a proper noun, but the sifa is going to get alif lam. For example, if you want to say Khalid the conqueror, you're going to say Khalidun al-Fatihu, Khalidun al-Fatihu, Khalidun al-Fatihu. So in this case, Khalidun does not need an alif lam because it's a proper noun. Khalid, that's the name of a person. However, the sifat, in order to make it correspond with Khalid, you need to add an alif lam. That's the alif lam. You need to add an alif lam to Fatihu so that it can correspond with the specificness of Khalid. Meaning, the gist of it is that they both have to be specific. Khalid is already specific, it doesn't need an alif lam, but Fatih needs an alif lam because it's not specific, it's a sifa. That's the only difference. Let me give you some more examples. So here we have three phrases: the King Mahmud, the Commander Tariq, and the poet Ghalib. Now the King Mahmud, you're going to write Mahmud first, and then the King, Al-Maliku, Mahmudun al-Maliku. That's how you're going to read it. The Commander Tariq is going to be Tariqun al-Qa'idu, and the poet Ghalib is going to be Ghalibun al-Sha'iru. Also, as I said, the way you're going to read it is Mahmudun il-Maliku, Tariqun il-Qa'idu, and Ghalibun il-Sha'iru. شرب هزم دخل جس رزق فتح أخذ صالح أب ابن غفور رب كبير كبار باب قديم حصير حصر جيد مقالة مجلة شارع شوارع صغير صغار سفينة سفن عميق بحر بحار عظيم عظماء جبل جبال طويل قطار قطر قاطرة قاطرات محطة محطات فاجر فجار فاسق فساق رجل حسن حسان مروحة مريض مرضى امرأة مر دواء أدوية ملك ملوك جند جنود عاصمة عواصم اليوم بارع ماهر حلاق دكان دكاكين شيخ شيوخ شرير أشراء ولد دميم دمام قريب من بيت طبيب أطباء وصفة صراط مستقيم عذاب أليم بعوضة رزق أرزاق بلاء ليلة ليال الليالي مظلمة مثل كلمة كلمات شجرة شجرات طيبة طيبات أصل أصول ثابت فرع فروع سماء قائد مدينة حصن حصون يد فاتح الروم. Now let's move on to some exercises and examples. Always remember that موصوف comes first, meaning the thing being described, which is the real thing, actual thing being described, comes first, and the adjective or the describing word comes second. Here in the first example, for example, pious father. Father is the thing or person being described, so he's going to come first. That's the موصوف. موصوف always comes first. Sifat, meaning adjective, which is pious, in this example, always comes second. Father in Arabic is abun. Abun. Pious in Arabic is salihun. Abun salihun. Pious father. Number 2. The son Sa'id. The person being described here is Sa'id, so Sa'id is going to come first. Sa'id. Sa'idun. The son is al-ibnu. The way you're going to pronounce it is like this. Sa'idunil ibnu. Number 3. Most forgiving Lord. Lord is Rabbun. Most forgiving is Ghafurun. Always remember, the sifat comes second. First comes the thing being described or the person being described. Number 4 is big door. The thing being described here is the door. Door is babun. That's going to come first. Next comes big, which is kabirun. Number 5. The old mat. Mat in Arabic is hasir. Since it's definite, you're saying the old mat. You add an alif lam to the hasir and you make it al-hasir. Al-hasiru. Old. Old in Arabic is qadim. So you don't say al-hasiru qadimun. If you say al-hasiru qadimun, that would become a mubtada khabar sentence, and that would mean that the mat is old. You're saying the old mat. Al-hasiru al-qadimu. whatever the موصوف gets, the صفة has to get. So if الحصير has ألف لام, القديم is automatically going to get an ألف لام. Number 6. Good article. Article is the thing being described. Article in Arabic is مقالة. مقالة. Good is جيد. Now obviously when you say جيد, that's masculine. You want to make it feminine in accordance with مقالة, which is feminine itself. So you say جيدة. Or maybe you could also say حسنة. Depends on your choice. Number 7 is good magazine. Magazine in Arabic is مجلة. Again, مجلة is feminine. So the word describing it, meaning جيدة, has to be feminine. Number 8. Big street. Street is the thing being described that comes first. Street in Arabic is شارع. شارع. Big is كبير. شارع كبير, big street. Number 9. Small boat. Boat in Arabic is سفينة. Is going to come first because that's the thing being described. سفينة. And then you get small. Small in Arabic is صغير. But since the موصوف, or the thing being described, the boat is feminine, صغير is going to transform into صغيرة. And it's going to become feminine. Number 10. Deep sea. Sea in Arabic is بحر. Deep is عميق. Now let's move on to some more sentences. Or let's translate the 11th sentence. The 11th sentence is great mountain. Mountain is a thing being described. Mountain in Arabic is جبل. جبل. Great is عظيم. Number 12. Long train. Train in Arabic is a thing being described. That's the موصوف. It's going to come first. Train in Arabic is قطار. قطار. Long in Arabic is طويل. That's the adjective. You bring it last. قطار طويل. 2 more sentences or phrases. Number 13. Big engine. Engine is the thing being described. That's the موصوف. موصوف comes first. Engine in Arabic is قاطرة. قاطرة. Big is كبير. But since it's feminine, it has to be feminine in accordance with the موصوف. كبير is going to become كبيرة. قاطرة كبيرة. Number 14. Small station. Station is the thing being described. It's the موصوف is going to come first. Station in Arabic is محطة. محطة. Small in Arabic is صغير. Make it feminine in accordance with the موصوف, and you get صغيرة. صغيرة. محطة صغيرة. Now let's move on to some proper sentences. Number 1. I hit an immoral man. I hit in Arabic is ضرب. Bring it out on the wazn of فعلت, past tense. واحد متكلم. I hit is ضربت. Let me just write that one more time. ضربت an immoral man. Man is the person being described. موصوف. موصوف comes first. Man is رجل. But over here is going to be رجلا. The reason is that it's a مفعول, and مفعول always gets a فتحة. ضربت رجلا. Immoral is فاسق. But since فاسق should get the same إعراب as the موصوف, which is رجلا, it gets فاسقا. ضربت رجلا فاسقا. Make sure you understand this clearly. Whatever إعراب or حركة the موصوف gets, the صفة automatically gets. So since it's رجلا, you can't bring فاسقون or فاسقين. It has to be فاسقا in accordance with رجلا. Number 2 is you, plural male, took a beautiful fan. You, plural male, took. أخذت on the wazn of فعلت. واحد مذكر حاضر. أخذت a beautiful fan. Fan is the موصوف. Beautiful is the صفة. fan comes first. Fan in Arabic is mirwaha. And since it's the maf'ul, it's going to be mirwahatan. Beautiful is jamilun. But here, since it's feminine, it's going to be jamila. And the ta, the round ta at the end of jamila, is going to get 2 fathas because it has to go in accordance with mirwahatan, jamilatan. Number 3. The sick woman drank bitter medicine. Drink in Arabic is shariba. Here the person drinking is feminine, the sick woman. So fa'alat or sharibat. Sharibat. The sick woman. Woman is موصوف, sick is sifat. موصوف, which is woman, will come first. Sharibat al-mar'atu. Sick is marida. It's actually marid, but you have to go in accordance with the موصوف. Al-maridatu. Notice all the things we're doing to make it in accordance with al-mara. First of all, you added the alif lam to the marida to make it in accordance with the alif lam of mar'a. Next thing you did is you added the round ta, al-maridatu, so that it could be feminine in accordance with al-mar'atu, which is also feminine. And also what you did is you gave the same haraka to the end of the word. So al-mar'atu and al-maridatu. Sharibatil mar'atul maridatu. Al-mar'atul maridatu, that whole mawsuf sifat is actually one single fa'il. Next you bring the maf'ul, which is bitter medicine. That's the object. Medicine is mawsuf, bitter is sifa. Medicine, dawa. Dawa'an murratan. Remember what I told you before, that any word that gets a round ta or a hamza preceded by an alif, like dawa, qitha, sama, hidha, all of them are feminine. So that's why murratan is feminine by adding a round ta. And likewise murratan, the last letter ta is getting 2 fathas in accordance with the dawa'an because they're one single maf'ul. Number 4. Brave Tariq defeated a big king's army and he entered its capital. That's a long sentence, so let's cut it down first. First, you want to translate brave Tariq defeated. First of all, you want to translate defeated because that's the verb, that's the fi'l that comes first. Defeat in Arabic is hazama. Hazama. Next comes the fa'il. The fa'il here is brave Tariq. That's a mawsuf sifa. Tariq is the mawsuf, brave is the sifa, is the adjective. First comes the mawsuf, which is Tariq. Hazama Tariqu. Brave is ash-shuja'. Notice how we bring in the alif lam on ash-shuja' because we have to make it definite and specific in accordance with Tariq, because Tariq is already specific. It doesn't need an alif lam. But since it's specific, ash-shuja', we also make it specific by adding an alif lam. Hazama Tariqun ash-shuja'u. This is how you pronounce it. A big king's army. Now this can be a little tricky because you see this phrase, a big king's army. Big king in itself is mawsuf sifa. King's army in itself is mudaf and mudaf ilayh. First, always remember, always the mudaf comes first. So in a big king's army, that phrase, army is the mudaf and that is going to come first. So army in Arabic is jund. Let's bring that. Jund. Let's not give the i'rab right now. Let's go on first. Big king. King is mawsuf, so mawsuf comes first before the sifa. King in Arabic is malik. Big is kabir. So malikun kabirun. That's one mawsuf sifat. It means big kings or big king. The problem here is that big king is coming as a mudaf ilayh, and mudaf ilayh always gets a kasra. So a big king will be junda. First will be junda malikin. Malikin because it's the mudaf ilayh, and whatever haraka the mudaf ilayh gets, the sifa, or I'm sorry, whatever haraka the mawsuf gets, the sifa automatically gets. So malikin kabirin. Jund is essentially the maf'ul, so that's why it's going to get a fatha. So hazama tariqun ash-shuja'u. جند ملك كبير, and you go on to translate the sentence. And he entered, its capital. He entered is ودخل. Capital in Arabic is عاصمة. Its is he or who, the attached pronoun or الضمير المتصل of he, masculine. Its capital is عاصمته. And the reason it's عاصمته with the fatha on the ta is because it's the maf'ul of دخل. هزم طارق الشجاع جند ملك كبير ودخل عاصمته. Brave Tariq defeated a big king's army and he entered his capital. Number 5. Today I will go to a skilled barber's shop. Today comes all the way at the end. Just leave that for now. First focus on I will go. Go in Arabic is ذهب. I will go is supposed to come on the wazn of أفعل, which is أذهب. أذهب. To is إلى. A skilled barber's shop. Now we face the same challenge here as in a big king's army, because skilled barber is موصوف صفت, and the whole موصوف صفت is a combination of مضاف إليه. Shop is the mudaf. So since shop is the mudaf, always bring the shop, meaning the mudaf, first. Shop in Arabic is dukkan. Ila dukkan. Always remember that mudaf never gets an alif lam no matter what. So adhabu ila dukkani, and then you move on to a skilled barber. Barber is the mawsuf, is the thing or person being described that comes first. Barber in Arabic is hallaq. And since it's the mudaf ilayh, and mudaf ilayh always gets a kasra, this will also get a kasra. Hallaqin. And lastly, you bring the sifat of hallaq, which is skilled. Skilled in Arabic is mahirin, or you could also say bari'in. Both mean the same thing. أذهب إلى دكان حلاق ماهر or بارع. Today, اليوم. بارع اليوم. Number 6. This is a pious old man and that is a mischievous child. Let's translate the first part of the sentence. This is a pious old man. This in Arabic is هذا. هذا, a pious old man. Old man is the mawsuf. Pious is sifa. Old man in Arabic is shaykhun. Shaykhun. Pious is salihun. هذا شيخ صالح. And that, وذلك, ذلك means that in Arabic, masculine, is a mischievous child. Child in Arabic is طفل or صبي. Mischievous is شرير. شرير. Number 7. This is a handsome man and that is an ugly boy. This again is هذا. Is a handsome man. Handsome man. Man is mawsuf, is going to come first. رجل. Handsome is jamilun. That's the sifa. You could also say hasanun, which also means handsome. And that, ذلك, an ugly boy. Boy in Arabic is waladun, is going to come first because that's the mawsuf. And then you bring the sifa or the adjective, which is ugly. Waladun damimun. Damimun is ugly in Arabic. هذا رجل جميل or حسن وذلك ولد دميم. Number 8. You singular male went to a shop close to your house. You singular male went. That's the fi'l plus the fa'il. Let's focus on that first. Go in Arabic is ذهب. You singular male went is ذهبت on the wazn of فعلت, which is واحد مذكر حاضر. ذهبت to a shop. إلى دكان. To a shop close to your house basically means to a shop that was close to your house. That was close is قريب. قريب to your house. Let's translate your house first. House is bayt, your is ka. Baytuka. Now here, if you translate to ila, meaning ila baytika, that wouldn't make sense in Arabic. It would sound awkward and weird in Arabic. In Arabic, you use the word min in this context. You say dukanin qaribin min baytika. That's how you say it. Number 9. Dr. Mahmoud examined a sick woman and wrote a good prescription for her. Examine is the verb here. Let's focus on that one first. That's the fi'l. Examine in Arabic is jassa. Jassa. Dr. Mahmoud is the fa'il and it's a combination of موصوف and صفة. Mahmoud is the موصوف. Mahmudun. Doctor is the صفة, is going to come second. Doctor in Arabic is at-tabib. Mahmudun at-tabibu. You could add a small noon there to make it obvious. Jassa Mahmudun at-tabibu. A sick woman, that's the maf'ul. It's a combination of موصوف and صفة. موصوف, the person being described is a woman. Imra'atan, that's woman. Sick is marida, came before. Maridatan. And wrote wa kataba, a good prescription for her. Prescription is موصوف, good is صفة. Together both of them become a single maf'ul of kataba. Prescription is nuskha. Nuskhatan. Since it's maf'ul, is going to get the double fatha on the ta, the last letter. Nuskhatan, good is jayyida. It's actually jayyid, but since it's a sifa and sifa has to be in accordance with the mawsuf, you're going to add that ta to make it feminine in accordance with the nuskha, which is also feminine. Nuskhatan jayyidatan, for her. Laha. Laha. جس محمود الطبيب امرأة مريضة وكتب نسخة جيدة لها. Now finally, let's just translate a few Arabic phrases to English. Number 1, الصراط المستقيم. Always translate the second word first because that's a mawsuf. In English, mawsuf comes first. Al-mustaqim is straight. So number 1, the straight. As-sirat is path, the straight path. Number 2, adhabun alimun. Alimun is painful. A painful, adhabun is punishment. A painful punishment. Number 3, ba'udatun saghiratun. Saghira is small. A small, ba'udah is mosquito. A small mosquito. Number 4 is razaqahumullahu rizqan hasana. That's a complete sentence. Razaqa is fail. Hum is actually the maf'ul. And as I told you before, when there's a case where there's attached pronoun being a maf'ul, it always comes before the fa'il. You connect it to the fa'il itself. Razaqahum Allahu. Allahu is the fa'il. And then you finally have more maf'uls, which is rizqan hasana. Together, rizqan is mawsuf, hasanan is sifa. Both of them combined together become the second maf'ul. The first maf'ul was hum. رزقهم الله رزقا حسنا. Allah provided razaqa them, which is the translation of hum, rizqan hasana, good provision. Good is hasana, provision is rizqan. Number 5, laylatun muzlimatun. Muzlima is dark. A dark, layla is night, so a dark night. Number 6, bala'un azimun. Azimun is great, so a great bala is trial. A great trial. Let's translate some proper sentences. just 3 of them or 4 of them. Number 7 is مثل كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة. Here, مثل كلمة طيبة. مثل is the مضاف. كلمة طيبة, that whole combination of مضاف of موصوف and صفة is itself a مضاف إليه of مثل. مثل is an example of كلمة طيبة. كلمة, word. طيبة, good. So an example of a good word. Ka means is like. Is like شجرة طيبة. طيبة, good. شجرة, tree. Is like a good tree. Number 8. أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء. Now this has nothing to do with موصوف صفة, but it's just there as reinforcement for other lessons. أصلها is مضاف مضاف إليه. Its root or roots is firm. ثابت means firm. Its root is firm. And وفرعها, its branches, في السماء, are in the sky. السماء. Number 9. This is a pretty long one. فتح طارق القائد مدينة عظيمة وأخذ حصنها من يد ملك عظيم. Let's translate the first portion of that sentence. فتح, conquered. طارق القائد, that's the fa'il. It's a موصوف صفة and the whole thing is a fa'il. مدينة عظيمة, again that's a موصوف صفة and the whole thing is مفعول. طارق القائد, طارق is طارق, القائد means the leader. طارق القائد would mean the leader or the commander. طارق, the commander. طارق. فتح, conquered. What did he conquer? The مفعول is مدينة عظيمة. مدينة means city, عظيمة means great. Notice how in عظيمة is supposed to be عظيما, but since Medina has a round ta which makes it feminine and it's the موصوف, the صفة which is عظيمة is also getting a ta at the end to make it feminine in accordance with the موصوف. So the commander طارق conquered a great city, مدينة عظيمة. وأخذ, and he took. أخذ means to take. He took حصنها. حصن is مضاف, ha is مضاف إليه. Both of them combine to become the مفعول. And he took its fort. حصن is fort. من, from. من يد ملك عظيم. Yad here is مضاف. And notice how yad, the dal, which is the last letter of yad, is getting a kasrah because it's coming after min. Min is harful jar. Anything that comes after that gets a jar, meaning a kasrah. That's why yad is getting a kasrah at the end on dal. So min yadi. Now yadi, if you look at it afterwards, yad is actually the mudaf. Malik is mawsuf, azim is sifa, and malik and azim, both of the mawsuf sifat combine to become the mudaf ilay of yad. So, and he took its fort from the hand of Malikin Azimin, of a great king. Number 10. دخل محمد الفاتح عاصمة الروم. دخل, entered, that's a fail. محمد الفاتح, Muhammad is موصوف, الفاتح is صفة, adjective. Muhammad is the thing being described, the person being described. Both of the موصوف صفة محمد الفاتح combine to become the fa'il. And then we have عاصمة الروم. عاصمة is مضاف, الروم is مضاف إليه. Both of them combine to become the مفعول. So دخل is فعل, محمد الفاتح is فاعل, عاصمة الروم is مفعول. محمد الفاتح. Muhammad The conqueror, you could also have said the conqueror Muhammad, but this sounds more likely. Muhammad the conqueror دخل, entered, عاصمة الروم, Rome's capital. عاصمة is capital, that's the mudaf. الروم is mudaf ilayh, and that's why the meme is getting a kasra, because it's mudaf ilayh, and mudaf ilayh always gets a kasra.